Alhaji Dahiru Yusuf Yabo is a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Sokoto State, and an avid supporter of President Muhammadu Buhari. He was the Congress for Progressive Change (CPC) governorship candidate in the state in 2011. Yabo is also a member of a political frontier known as APC Adalci Buhari SAK, a group galvanizing support for President Buhari's re-election in 2019. The politician told Sun in a recent interview spoke about Governor Aminu Tambuwal's actions in the Sokoto chapter of the APC. What informed your group's decision to issue an ultimatum to Governor Aminu Tambuwal over President Buhari's 2019 re-election? What informed our decision was the fact that 2019 is around the corner, and we are part and parcel of the APC in Sokoto State through one of the legacy parties that formed it. Secondly, the antecedents of the current governor of the state, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, his actions and inactions prompted us to have some apprehensions, and his antics clearly show that we deserve some clarifications about his position toward 2019 presidential election. Also, some of his recent moves had added up to our fears. We felt as loyal party men and bona fide members of APC in the state, we need to voice out if things are not right, especially his relationship with Mr. President. All these things put together, we felt we are even helping him to clear the air on some public misconceptions about his personality and political moves toward 2019. In the last 2 years, we have been watching closely about his performance as a governor, and we are not satisfied. We are also not comfortable with his relationship with President Muhammadu Buhari. We are also not comfortable with the way he is treating some of our party members, especially those from the defunct Congress for Progressive Change (CPC) in the state. As patriotic party members, we are also not comfortable with his relationship with former Governor Alhaji Dahiru Wammako. So, all these put together informed our decision to come together as like minds within the party, who believe that something needed to be done in order to harmonize our moves toward galvanizing more support for President Buhari in 2019, in the state and nationally. In one of your group's press conferences, you accused Governor Tambuwal of anti-party activities. What evidence have you make such allegation? The allegation is not only from our group, rather, we are only informing the governor that there are a lot of speculations going around and well reported by the media showing or indicating fears that his Governor Tambuwal moves and antics are not in consonance with the values of party system politics. We know him as a governor under the platform of APC, but it has been reported widely that he is romancing some personalities from outside his party, particularly those in People's Democratic Party, PDP. There are speculations that Tambuwal was among the people who funded the new leadership of PDP and his frequent visit to Rivers State, which is literally the PDP headquarters and where the party national chairman comes from. We are also aware about his deep and close relationship with the governor of Rivers State. Being old folks in politics, we can read along the lines and understand the movements of any politician, especially toward an election time. With what is happening now with the National Assembly, one can see clearly too that there are a lot of apprehensions. Even within the party at the national level, we have seen what is playing out there, and that was the reason Mr. President himself is more concerned, and a committee was set up, headed by Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, to reconcile all aggrieved members. Also, knowing the relationship of Governor Tambuwal with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who everybody knows he galvanized support for, to become the Speaker, we knew he must have an influence on the current happenings in the National Assembly. That is one aspect of it. The second aspect is that the Senate President, who is also a very close ally of Senator Alhaji Wammako, who handed over to Governor Aminu Tambuwal, had both made a declaration that they have a political bond that cannot be broken, knowing the fact that Senator Wammako is also an ally of the Senate President, Bukola Saraki. The fact that there was a recent move whereby the chairman of the Northern Senators Forum, who was opposed to some of the lines and aspirations of the party, was removed and replaced by Senator Wammako, one can easily see that there are moves that are not really good enough for some of us who want to have a common front ahead of 2019 general elections. Let me remind you that, 3 years into this administration, Mr. President has visited several states to commission projects but yet to be invited to Sokoto, and we can see the kind of speed at which Governor Tambuwal invited Vice President Hassan Baho to Sokoto, not to commission any project when there were rumors that President Buhari was incapacitated while on medical treatment abroad. You can juxtapose this with Mr. President's statement recently in Yosh, where he said, when he was away, people were pursuing the vice president to give them the position of vice president when he, Hassan Baho, becomes president. Your group's agenda is to galvanize support for President Buhari come 2019 election even when Buhari has not decided to run. In the event he declines to seek re-election, what becomes of your agenda? We don't have to wait until he publicly declares his intention to seek re-election. Rather, we see it as our responsibility to encourage him to seek re-election, because we are satisfied with his performance so far, looking at the rot he inherited from the immediate past administration.